Hi, I'm Cody Anderson, one of the pastors at Parker United Methodist Church. And obviously, not in Parker. I am in Pacific Grove, California. Yesterday, we were rushing through the airport with 18 youth and 5 adults to make our flight to come on our mission trip. And this morning, it is a beautiful, quiet morning here in Pacific Grove. You know, on Sunday we talked about the Good Shepherd and how we as disciples of Jesus will know his voice. I was thinking a lot about that yesterday as I was trying to get 18 youth's attention, and the airport was absolutely crowded. And it was so loud and so noisy, and I kept wondering, how are these kids going to be able to hear my voice? Right? How are these kids going to be able to know my voice amidst all the other voices? And then it got me thinking about our scripture and how often I don't hear God's voice, right? Because it's so busy. I'm rushing around and there's so much extra noise and I don't hear God's voice. It's only when I find some places of quiet that I'm able to reconnect with God's voice and be able to then hear that in those busy spaces. So last night here, as we gathered together, it's kind of was a settling in night. The kids were playing around the beach and it was quieter, and they were able to hear my voice and I was able to hear theirs. And this morning, as I'm up and reflecting on God's beauty and just the quiet and listening to the birds, the seagulls, and watching seals and otters this morning, I can reconnect with God's voice. Now, not all of us can go to Monterey Bay to be able to do that. So where are the places that you're able to reconnect with God? Where are the places that you're able to connect with the beauty of God's nature that's always around us? We're very fortunate in Colorado, right? We have beauty, we have spaces all around us. So where are the places that you can draw back? That you can find those places of quiet, that you can reconnect with God's voice, so that you know the Good Shepherd, so that you know the voice of God when life gets crazy, when you find yourself in the middle of a really crowded airport. You can still hear God's voice. You can see the people who God is calling you to talk to. You can know that you're not alone. You can understand God's love that is always there for you. So today, for the end of the devotion, I'm just going to leave you with a few moments of nature. And I pray that wherever you are this week, you're able to find spaces to reconnect with God, that you're able to hear God's voice in a new way, and then you are able to be reminded that God is your shepherd, and you shall not want, but he will give you all that you need. Blessings from Monterey Bay, my friends.